Hey guys, it's Sky and I'm back again today with another YouTube video. Today's video is a chill and cook with me, and I'm going to be making homemade black garlic chicken schnitzel from scratch, and I'm actually going to be meal prepping this for the week. So it's Monday today and I've got 6 chicken breasts here, so I think I'm going to make 4 chicken schnitzels and then 2 are going to be just plain black garlic. So yeah, what I wanted to highlight in this recipe, I'm not using normal garlic, although you can. I'm going to be using this black garlic from M&S. Definitely recommend trying it out. You can see we've used quite a bit of it, but it's really, really good. It's actually adds so much more depth to a dish without adding much, to be honest. It's literally just garlic. So definitely recommend, and I'm going to be using it in this recipe today. This is a great meal to meal prep because it's super tasty, and actually when we've breaded the chicken, it actually lasts a lot longer than regular meal prep. So this is a good one to make for the week, and you can actually do quite a lot. You can make, like today I'm just going to be doing normal wedges and some veg, but you could use this exact prep of the chicken schnitzels for a homemade katsu curry, which I'll definitely film as well, because that's a great recipe and you can load it with loads of nutrients. So I'll definitely film that, but this is just how to make your homemade chicken schnitzels, because you can add what you want. You could have it with rice, you could have a breaded chicken rice bowl, potatoes and veg, sweet potato. Yeah, it's a very versatile prep that you can make, especially if you just get the basics right of this, of actually just making the breaded chicken by yourself. So first things first, I've filled up a bowl of panko breadcrumb. Definitely recommend panko breadcrumb over any other breadcrumb. I've used golden breadcrumb before and that was just not as nice. So panko. Then I filled another bowl up with flour, just regular flour, and if you have corn flour as well, that works well. And then we've got our chicken breasts here. So we've got Oriel Jones, of course, chicken breasts, 1 egg, black garlic. So I'm just going to crack the egg in my third bowl and give that a mix. And actually no, I'm going to do it in the air fryer today. This is a super quick way to prep these, because you can do it in the oven, but actually whenever I do it in the oven, I always finish it off in the air fryer to make it extra crispy. So I did this last night. I made it fully in the air fryer and it was perfect. So just going to stick it like that, just keep to that, the air fryer today, because I'm trying to batch prep a few meals, I'm not here to, I'm not making one meal and I'm low on time. And this is a good way to see that you can still prep delicious meals. It doesn't have to be plain boring chicken, rice and veg. So that is the black garlic. I didn't actually expect it to be that black. I thought it was just going to be like roasted for some reason. So I'm just going to, it's so soft, you don't even need to use a garlic press. Literally. Wild. I'm just going to put that in the egg mixture and give it a swirl. Just try and, it's quite hard to blend in there, but just keep mixing it and it will break up. Another thing I'm going to do, I'm just using 1 clove for now because that black garlic is really, really strong and I don't want it to be too overpowering, especially if we make separate meals using this chicken breast. But I am also, just to add some extra goodness, I'm going to add some Freya bone broth powder into the flour, just for extra benefits. It's super high in collagen, protein, everything, so And it actually adds quite a nice meaty flavour, so it's a good little addition. But if you don't have it, you don't need it. So I'm just going to mix that in with the flour. And then we're ready for our chicken breasts. So I'm going to do 1 pack at a time. Actually, yeah. No, I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 3. Let's do 1 at a time though. So, got 1 chicken breast. And we're going to butterfly the chicken so that it cooks nice and quick for us. So just grab your chicken breast and just butterfly it, so cut it in half, but not only, you're only going to do it, you're not going to cut it completely in half. You want it to have that little gap so that it just opens up and doesn't completely split in half. So like that. Sorry for the raw chicken, but yeah, gonna do that. And then I'm gonna wash my hands and get a separate plate just to keep these on top of for when I put it in the air fryer. So let's just cut it all up so I haven't got raw chicken on my hands the whole time. So again, butterfly. This is such a good recipe, honestly. It's so easy. I genuinely think it's one of the easiest dishes that I actually meal prep, and you just would not think it. It just does the most, and it's so simple. But I feel like everyone thinks it's way harder than it is. So I'm just gonna wash my hands. I don't know why, because I just do not like that. Okay, then first things first, we're gonna dip the chicken breast that we've just butterflied in the flour, and in this case, the flour and the bone broth. Just gonna coat that nicely. Try get all of the skin so it's fully coated. Then gonna put that in the egg, just half and half in there. Just make sure it's all coated. Then in the breadcrumb. Again, just make sure it's quite a hands-on job. Just make sure that's fully coated. And it is literally that simple. So I just try and make sure I get all the breadcrumb in there because I want it to be nice and coated. So we can see here. That's number 1. Put that on a plate on the side so that you can do the others. And then again, just repeat this over for however many chicken breasts you want to make. So I'm making 4 dishes here. And this week it's going to be pretty simple. Rotate this dish for the 2 days that they're going to be for the office. Again, just put it in the panko. Panko breadcrumb is so good. It's so light. You can even just pair this because it's covered in panko breadcrumb, like it's got the carbs in there of the breadcrumb. This would be so nice just on top of a little salad, and it would be such a nice lunch, but still fulfilling and satisfying. So I'm going to wash my hands because I'm covered in the sticky egg, flour and breadcrumb mixture. Right, next one. Now this is literally the hardest bit, genuinely. Like once this is done, it just goes in the air fryer, and then you've just got to prep the other stuff, which is the whatever sides you want. So coated in the flour. Now the breadcrumb. So flour, eggs. That's also the hardest thing to remember, is literally the combination. So flour, egg, breadcrumb. Don't know why in my head that seems more confusing than it should be, and I have to always like actually sit there and think about that combination. I don't know why. Last one now, so that's 4. Coat. The only annoying thing about this is I do sometimes waste the flour. Actually, 1 egg is perfect for 4 breasts, so I never waste that. But I always put way too much flour and way too much breadcrumb in the bowls, and I don't really reuse it just because I'm scared of it. The raw chicken, I wouldn't recommend it just because it's had raw chicken in both. So maybe just try and add as you go along. Right, now I need to wash my hands again. Amazing, so that's done. I'm just gonna put these bowls on the side, get this in the sink. And now we've got our breaded chicken prepped and ready to go. So that is literally the hardest bit. All we're gonna do now is get our air fryer, and 2 can go in each one. So now you can either use spray if you'd like, but I just sort of put the chicken breasts in the air fryer. 2 fit in, no more than that if you've got this air fryer, which is the Ninja Dual one. So that's why I'm doing 4. So we'll just put that in there. Next one. Lay them as flat as possible so they cook right through. And then what I'm going to do is drizzle olive oil evenly over the 2 breasts. So not too much because I don't want it too oily. Not that, even though when it goes in the air fryer, they never come out oily, even in the oven. So just do that as evenly as possible over the breasts. And then I'm also just gonna add some salt to the top. And the reason I'm doing this now is because it's evenly coated. And when I'm gonna cook half the time on one side, then I'm gonna flip them. I don't know why I do this. I think it just makes each side as crispy as evenly as crispy. And then I'm also just gonna put a little bit of paprika on 2 of them, just so it differentiates between 2 different meals. So we've got a little bit of different flavors in there for the prep. So that's that, and some pepper as well, because I can't not put salt and pepper on anything. And paprika goes so well with the black garlic. I tried it last night. So yeah, that's a nice little mixture. So now we've got our air fryers with our chicken breasts. Gonna just pop this on. And I'm gonna match them, air fry, put the temperature down to 190 for 12 minutes for the one side, and then 12 minutes for the other side as well. So 24 minutes in total, makes them extra crispy and definitely cook through. And that is literally the hardest part, is just the hardest and messiest part, but it's so worth it to have like such delicious chicken. And you know exactly what's in the mix, because I know a lot of breaded chicken comes with unwanted seed oils. If I know what's in there, I know it's going to be light. I know what breadcrumb I'm using, and I just know it's going to be delicious, really. I can add whatever flavors I want. You could literally do an oregano mix with garlic. And yeah, I just know what's in there. I've had the opportunity to add some extra benefits to it as well. So I've got some bone broth on them, just to get that extra bit of collagen in. So yeah, it's a super good recipe I just think to have for rotating some meals in your week, and just to add a little bit of depth to the chicken, because sometimes plain chicken, or just if you're anything like us, like I'll make the same chicken, I'll do garlic butter, but it can get boring in the week. So this is just such a fun way to just add a little bit of spice to your meal prep. Then what I'm going to do is just get some potatoes cooked for that, because we're going to have wedges and some greens. So I'm just going to get some, actually I'm going to do Parmentier potatoes. So these are super easy as well, and they go so crispy. So you just need some Maris Piper potatoes, and to do Parmentier, it's very, I don't even know if I should be describing how to do this, but it is super simple, super easy. But I know when I first started making them, actually, I don't know, I shouldn't say that, because when I first started making it, I found it, like, you have to get the right size so that they have to all be the same size, so they cook the same and they have the same amount of crispiness, because I've made them before where I've cut some too small and some too big, and then when you're eating them, it's just not a good experience, really. So I try and just do bit by bit so I can do it by eye. So you want them around that size, I recommend. But it's completely up to you if you like them smaller. Just try and make them as even as possible. So you can see here, these are massive, so, but on the outside they're not. So just do it bit by bit. Take your time with this, because you want them to be perfect, well, as good as they can be. And it's quite fun, actually. I actually love making Parmentier potatoes, because I always make wedges. I'm such a creature of habit, but these are super fun to make. And I'm actually going to just make these in the oven. So actually, while I say that, I'm going to put our oven on. Just preheat that at 180 for 5-10 minutes. Those need... I've actually had quite a few messages for this every time I post it. I just think it's one of those dishes that just seems... It actually was to me when I first... actually, the way I started, why I wanted to make chicken schnitzel was because we're obsessed with our butcher ones. And I've got some baking paper just to pop in a little in here. Yeah, we were obsessed with our butcher's schnitzel, still am. But I actually just was like, I want to make that myself. And I remember like feeling so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so difficult. But it's really, I was actually quite underwhelmed at how easy it was. So definitely make sure you give this one a try, because I just think you can elevate your meal prep this week. So yeah, just come and... When you go in the kitchen, pop your iPhone on, and I'm such an iPad child. Pop your YouTube on and just pop me on the side, and you can cook it with me, because it is super, super simple. And that's like what I want to come out of these videos, that your meal prep, firstly, doesn't have to be boring. I work long hours as well, and I still make sure that we have good meal prep, because it just adds so much extra to your day. Like if you have a long busy day and you go into the kitchen and you have a dead meal, it's not fun for anyone, because food is meant to be enjoyed. And I promise you, if you have a nice little chicken schnitzel with some parmentier potatoes and kale, you're going to firstly feel good in the afternoon. That's a given. And you're also going to enjoy your meal and go back to whatever you're doing for work. You could be doing anything. I'm just shouldn't be generalizing there, but you could, whatever you're doing for work, you can at least have a nice, healthy, balanced lunch and just feel energized, ready for your afternoon. So I definitely recommend this one. And it's not that, actually it's not expensive at all. Like, I've used such minimal ingredients. I'm gonna add salt, pepper, and some paprika. Smoked paprika, not a lot. And then I might also add in some, actually no, I'll leave that. So we just got super basic parmentier potatoes, but they're gonna come out delicious and crispy. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven. Let's do that for about half an hour. Alexa, set a 30-minute timer. So they're in there now for half an hour. And now we can literally just clean and yeah, let that cook. Oh, we've got 4 minutes on here. Let's see how they're doing. Nice. So they've got 4 minutes. Once that's done, I'm gonna flip them around and let them cook for another 12 minutes. Those are in there, the parmentier potatoes are in there for about half an hour. And yeah, when that's done, we'll be popping them in our lunch tubs ready for the week. Hey guys, I'm back. Our chicken cooked for 12 minutes. I flipped them over and just cooked them for another 8 to 10 minutes, and they are done, which is perfect timing because now I'm going to take these out of the air fryer and finish off the parmentier potatoes in the air fryer so they're nice and crispy. So I'll get a plate them up, and you can see what they look like now that they've cooked right through. They look amazing. So yeah, I'm just going to get a plate just so they can cool down before they go in the fridge. So just a nice plate, and get a little fork and a knife. So we've got, this is our black garlic one. So I'm just gonna take it out and show you. I'll burn my hands. So there's our breaded chicken breast. Looks unreal. So we've got 2. You can make them extra crispy if you like, but because I'm meal prepping them, I want them to stay as moist as possible. So you got their little black garlic in the flour, which is going to be so delicious. I cannot wait for that. Actually, I'll leave this here for the potatoes. I'll have one of these. Right. So, next one. Now, these are the black garlic and paprika. So, you can see the colour difference there. A lot stronger. Amazing. These can go on the side, just sit there, just to cool down before we pop them in the fridge. Look at that one. Unreal. And how I'd serve these is I would chop them into thin strips and put them on the side of anything. And I can literally use the same 2 air fryers now for the potatoes. So I'm just going to grab these out the oven. They've been in here for about 20 minutes or no. Wait, let me check the timer. They've been in here for 15 minutes. And they would have gone nice and soft. So I'm just going to put half of them in one side of the air fryer and then the other half in the other, so they cook nice and quickly. Let's pop them in here. And then before I pop them on in the air fryer, oh God, I'm dangerous here. What's going on here? What is going on? Okay, just going to do half and half. Don't know why that was so difficult. half and half in there. Turn the oven off. And I forgot to say that I bought this yesterday and it is unreal. Like, I'm not even joking you. For potatoes, it's from M&S, roast potato seasoning, and it is a blend of semolina, sea salt, ground black pepper and dried onion. Game changer, especially for meal prep. So so there's already paprika, salt and pepper, so I'm literally only a tiny little bit sprinkle, and for some reason, I'm guessing it's the salt, but it makes it extra crispy. Just pop a little bit of that on top, and then we'll pop these in the air fryer now to finish for about 10 minutes. And I'm gonna put that on 200 degrees. Yeah, for, let's do, 10 minutes, because they've been in the air fryer, in the oven, so they've gone nice and soft. And yeah, so here's our breaded chicken schnitzel. Honestly, this is a game changer lunch. I'm not even joking. And we've got 2 different flavors, so it's not repetitive, but it took the same time to make, so thank me later. If you do decide to make these, please let me know, because I'd love to see how yours turn out and if you enjoyed them. All I'm going to do for our meal prep now is pair it with the parmentier potatoes, which I'll include a little clip of here once they're ready, and then I'm going to put them in our meal prep tubs and add our veg in the morning, because I need to go and get the veg. I've actually used up all our greens, so I'm going to get that in the morning, and that's just a quick 5 minutes in the pan. Saute it with some garlic butter and butter and garlic to make my own garlic butter. And then we have 4 meals made in, I'd say, an hour. 4 meals, 1 hour, high protein, super satisfying and tasty, and balanced, which is the most important thing. So we are stabilizing our blood sugar levels, we are satiated with the protein, and replenishing our glycogen stores, because we are training at 5 a.m. in the morning and need this meal at lunchtime. I tell you that, for our brains more than anything, and our body. So if you enjoyed, please make sure to subscribe and let me know if you, I was going to say leave a comment, but I'd prefer to see a dish that you make if you do make anything from my YouTube channel. I will also leave the shopping list. Actually, where will I add it? I might add it to my LinkedIn, so keep an eye out on my Mouthful Mondays subscriber list, because I sometimes just add the shopping list there, so you have the shopping list and you can come to the YouTube video and have a live demo in your kitchen. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Greens.